creation of the Yukon was the result of the Klondike Gold Rush in 1898. Mining has always been very important to our territory from its very beginnings and has continued during all periods of economic success.
It's a wonderful thing to find a project of this scale and with this much potential right here in my backyard. This project is roughly the size of Manhattan. It's got a large mineralizing system controlled by the Big Creek Fault that runs right through this property.
We've got an excellent Yukon Geological Survey database here, probably second to none in Canada. We'll be able to zone in on our target areas and increase our chances of success.
We've broken it down into various mineralized zones. In the eastern end of the project, we start with the Tinta Zone.
The Tinta Zone is a polymetallic vein system, near vertical. It extends for over 3,500 meters. And in the last 2 years, we've drilled enough holes that we will be calculating a 43-101 compliant resource calculation. Stardirt Zone was a new discovery in 2007. We managed to get 2 holes in before the end of the season, and those 2 holes intersected long intervals of gold and copper mineralization. So this year we went and followed up and put 10 additional holes in. We're still awaiting those results, but we're quite excited about what we're seeing in the core. Northern Freegold has concentrated its efforts at the Nucleus Zone. We began drilling there in 2006. Our original target here was a low-grade, bulk tonnage, near-surface gold-related system. In our first hole in 2008, we stepped out following a high-grade trend and actually intersected a different type of mineralization, a sulfide-rich zone, which gave us some great results, over 3 ounces per ton.
We have at least 2 types of mineralization. We're feeling those are probably a skarn type deposit.
We will be calculating a 43-101 compliant resource calculation. So we're quite excited to continue exploring and trying to understand how this whole system's working and obviously where we can find some more of that higher grade material.
In the last number of years, we've tried to support the economy and support the mining community to give them every possibility to develop and work.
There is a new permitting system in the Yukon, and it is based upon something known as the Umbrella Final Agreement, which was an agreement negotiated with the 14 First Nations in the Yukon.
11 out of the 14 First Nations in the Yukon have final land claims and self-government agreements.
That's probably the biggest impact that I've seen, and they're there, they're accessible, you can talk to them.
And our biggest thing as a government is to provide the infrastructure and have it ready for the mining community.
The Freegold Mountain Project is in some of the flattest ground of the Yukon. As a result, we can drive to our property and all the way through our property.
For the people of Carmacks, it's so close to where they live that when they do come and work for us, they're only an hour and a half from home, so they don't get the isolation feeling.
We're also making sure that we meet with the local community. The way I look at it when I meet with the community is, what would I want to know if this was going on in my backyard? And I do consider this my backyard because we are Yukoners.
This is my home, and I want to leave the land in a nice state afterwards because I'm going to keep living here for the rest of my life.
As a result, Northern Freegold is exceeding the new existing environmental standards.
We have many corporate citizens, including mining companies, that recognize the importance of preserving that wilderness and the ecosystem.
Environmentally, we strive to reduce our impact as much as possible.
And we have gone back and done some reclamation on historical work done by previous operators. We've also started to establish our baseline environmental studies on the project. The blue sky potential at Northern Freegold is huge. We've only explored 2% of our 65 square mile land package. We've made some great discoveries, and there's a whole bunch more targets to look at.
I've got over 30 years experience in mineral exploration. I've never been involved with anything this size with this kind of potential.
This is where I want to be, this is what I want to do, with the people I want to do it with, on a project that I think is just marvelous.
At Northern Freegold Resources, we have the right people, the right project, and it's the right time to invest in our company.